What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twisted Life of TV. I am Poetry. You are here for PNTV, Poetry's News and Twisted Views. Probably gonna get a little bit of traveling talk mixed in, even though today ain't Tuesday. I don't have a voice. It is leaving me, so hopefully I got the mic close enough that it could pick up what I'm saying to you guys. I don't have any notes either. So these are just gonna be random topics that I'm shooting from the hip. I'm going into work a little early because we're doing observations, and I got to make sure that my section is taken care of because it affects how much I get paid, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm looking at the line of succession down here. There's a big 18-wheeler in this lane, which means that they're going to move a little bit slower than the people in this lane. So anywho, y'all, first of all, let me just give y'all a little personal touch. I got a bear loose in my neighborhood. I think I told y'all that when I first moved to the neighborhood, that they saw bears. Well, one of my neighbors actually had caught it on camera. Well, this little son of a bitch been coming through my god doggone yard, has knocked my fence down twice within the last 3-4 days. Started Tuesday, so twice since last Tuesday. And I got the wildlife preservation people coming out to my house today. They're going to try to set a trap so they can catch the bear. They claim they have an area that's already leased for the bear to go to once they catch it. So I hope that's the case, you know. My hair is so dry. It's so dry. So yeah, that's my daughter, her father passed away yesterday. So we're dealing with that as well. Still dealing with not getting paid, and surprisingly, I had some people come through for me that I really appreciate to help me out of my financial bind that I'm deeper and deeper sinking into every day. Did we just miss this light? We did. Y'all was supposed to have been faster than the doggone 18-wheeler. Y'all let the 18-wheeler make the light. So anywho, that's what's been going on with me. So you don't really need another traveling talk for me to break any of that down, because I'm not going to break it down. Not going to break it down. So we got the Senate race in Texas. It's heating up more and more. And this is just the primary. This is for James Tallarico and Jasmine Crockett to lead the charge to turn Texas blue, you know. Apparently, at least for the early voting, more African Americans have been showing up. And that has been one of the demographics in the state of Texas that had the lowest voting rate. And the ones that did show up in Texas were largely Republican black voters. So they have like really sparked a movement, and the black voters are really showing up to the polls in the early voting. And, you know, if I was in Texas, my vote would be for Jasmine Crockett. Not that I have anything negative about James Tallarico. Of course, I'm not going to agree with all of their views 100%, and that's on both sides of the fence. So I don't have anything really negative to say about Tallarico. What I do have to say is that I believe that the establishment fears Jasmine Crockett and her desire to be upfront with her opposition to the injustices and rights violations and things like that, that she's very vocal about it. makes me feel like she is willing to fight just a tad bit harder. And because people are looking for a fighter when we come to the Democratic Party, this is going to give her an edge. What gives James Tallarico an edge for me, for those voters who claim they want change, but really still enjoy the establishment type of democracy that we've had with our Democratic Party, the fuck? That he's a less aggressive candidate. If you look at their voting history, they kind of almost vote the same almost every time. They really help each other out in a lot of avenues, a lot of aspects. So, yeah, but I'm not in the state of Texas, so I really don't have, a footing in it. But I would support Jasmine Crockett more. One, she has been in Congress already for 6 years, so she kind of knows how it works. That gives her edge as well. She is an attorney. That gives her edge as well, because what they're doing is creating laws, so I do believe she has an edge there as well. The way that man came over on my bumper, child. So yeah, so that's what I feel about that race. Now, there was a situation that went on with Stephen Colbert. He only got a few months left to be on the air anyway. I think April is his final, it might be May, it's his final air date. So they were going to have an interview with James Tallarico. And apparently CBS squashed it based off of the FCC having issues with the equal time ruling. The equal time ruling is where media is supposed to allow a candidate equal amount of time to interview on the air. Jasmine Crockett has already said she calls BS on that, because she's already done interviews with Stephen Colbert before. However, I believe that they're using the fact that since they started running for office, whether or not the equal time has been allotted. So even though you've had equal interviews before on the air with CBS, this specific talk show, it wouldn't qualify until after you put your bid in for the Senate. However, when did talk shows start to become officially media? They're entertainment. They're talk shows. So that I don't even see how that would fall under the media time limit when the talk show is not media. I know that they talk about a lot of political topics, but they're still not media. They don't do any investigative journalism or anything like that. They just make light, have commentary about some of the political things that are going on, and then they do interviews from celebrities or trending topics. But when did they become media? Okay, anywho, I thought that the whole thing itself was set up. So I'm not saying that I believe that James Tallarico set it up. What I'm saying is I believe that it was pushed by the Trump administration. I think I heard somebody today say that they believe that it was set up by the administration because they believe that Jasmine Crockett can't beat the Republican what is he called? Opponent, whatever. The person running. So they didn't believe that she could beat them. So that's what that person said. So they wanted to try to make sure that Tallarico was in office so he could be the best person to go up against the Republican candidate. I thought it was the other way around, meaning that they intentionally are trying to bump up Tallarico's position because they are afraid that Jasmine will beat them. So the other person said that they believe that the establishment is saying they want to put Tallarico in that position because they think the Republicans can take him out. I'm saying that they are, again, almost saying the same thing. They believe that the Republicans will take out Tallarico, but I believe that they fear that Jasmine can beat their person who will be in the primary, and that's why they're trying to take her out. So they're trying to like orchestrate or finagle this campaign to their favor, just to give the Republican candidate the best chance to win. Either way it go, whether it's they didn't think Crockett could do it and they want Tallarico to go up against them, or they do think Crockett can do it. Either way it goes, the end game is that they believe that they're trying to set the stage for the best candidate. Because this really did bump up Tallarico's campaign. And I said that, I was like, this was just to give him a push. It was just to give him a push. He raised millions of dollars that day, you know, because Colbert decided to air it on YouTube instead. Now, the crazy thing is, if I'm not mistaken, it was still aired on CBS's channel. It was aired on CBS's YouTube channel. Correct me if I'm wrong. Stephen Colbert's YouTube channel is still under CBS. It wasn't from Stephen Colbert's personal account. As far as correct me if I'm wrong though, because I didn't watch it. I did not watch the interview at all. I'm gonna let you know that right now. So yeah, that's what's going on there. But there's so many different things happening with the pedophiles. Okay, I don't know what y'all doing. I done called back up to the 18-wheeler. So much stuff going on with the pedophiles that I really meant to be at work right now, so I can get home for the conservation people. So much going on with the pedophiles. Pam Bondi decided to stop releasing the files. If y'all were unaware, I posted this several times, so y'all shouldn't be unaware. There's over 6 million files. And with the early release and then the one that happened in December, only 3.5 million of those files have been released so far. They were heavily redacted, what have you. Congress set up some type of thing where they was able to just see the unredacted files. This lady behind me, child, in the black vehicle behind you can't even see her in the steering wheel. Because the steering wheel is damn near over her head. She keep riding up on my damn bumper. It's pissing me off. But what the fuck was I talking about? So they haven't released all of the files. They haven't released some heavily redacted files, and they've been going back and forth about what's actually in the files. And so the Congress was able to set it up where they could see the unredacted files. But my thing, and from those unredacted files, or from at least even the ones that was redacted, a lot of foreign dignitaries are going down. Their governments are charging them, prosecuting them, shaming them, kicking them out of office, what have you. So a lot of the foreign dignitaries are taking steps to give some type of consequences to the people affiliated that file. Prince Andrew got arrested. He was released. That may be a publicity stunt too. Just to make it appear as if they're doing something. Somebody in Norway got arrested or got removed from office. Dude in India. A lot of people, you know. A lot of people outside of the U.S. To this day, I believe there's only one person in the... no, is it anybody? I don't think there's been anybody that has been called out or named in the Epstein files. Yeah, I said the name, fuck it, you know. That has had any type of consequences. Pam Bondi wants us to move on We should be talking about the stock market instead of, you know, going after sex traffickers. It's like disheartening, disturbing. I continuously share the videos and the posts and everything. They have created a database where they're tracking everybody's post and commentary. They did an order or request from Facebook, Instagram, which is the same company, which is Meta, WhatsApp, which is Meta, TikTok, and Google, which covers YouTube. What else does Google cover? Twitch, I believe. Okay, I believe, I'm not sure. But they did a request for them to turn over all the names and addresses of YouTubers and social media people who are making posts about the files, about the orange one, about DHS. They requested that they send all that information over to them. Now, I know we had a privacy data share act that went a whole lawsuit back in the day that they claimed that they weren't doing any of this, but now under this administration, they're supposed to be revealing who is not with this administration. They're keeping the whole database. I think they did some type of contract with some AI organization to keep a database of it and keep the profiles. Pam Bondi even had where they were tracking the congressmen who were looking at the files to find out what files they were watching. Like, why are you tracking that information but you're not tracking the pedophiles? Make it make sense. I mean, Pam Bondi was cool with their ass too. She was damn on that. If she wasn't on the island, she wanted to invite. She's just so many pictures with them. Is it my turn to turn? Or shall I turn here? It's for the turn. Okay. So since then, you know, there has been sightings of the pedo and Maxwell too. Now the pedo is supposed to be dead, right? But they're now saying that they had him moved from his cell the day before all of his alleged suicide happened, and there has been a man that they've shown walking out or walking in town that looks like him, just with full hair and looking like a werewolf. And people have broken down his face and everything. Now with all this facial recognition software that ICE is using, they should be able to determine who he was, right? But they're not going to use it for that. But he definitely looks like him. He looks like the sex trafficker, the disgusting collection of DNA. He definitely looks like him to me. So people are saying that, yeah, he ain't dead. His whole suicide was staged too. It was fake, it's fraud. And the bodies that they're using are clearly not them, is what they're saying. So Maxwell supposedly was spotted in Canada. Somebody caught it on video and it's been all over the social media. Looks just like her to me too. But the crazy thing about, somebody say, well, her eyes are different. Come in contacts. Plus they doing retinal surgery. Tiny from Escape. She had her corneas changed so she could have a different eye color. That surgery is available. They doing all kind of genetic testing in the Honduras and in Greenland and stuff already anyway. So it's something that they could be doing readily. She's been really quiet. She's pleading the fifth for all of her testimony and whatever. So Yeah, it looked like it could be her. Now, the main thing that like really sets it off, because I don't believe in coincidences, is that the two people that that they have been spotted to be either the PDF or Maxwell is in photos or being caught on video with people who normally surrounded those two people. Why would these random ass people be affiliated with the people that the pedo was affiliated with and Maxwell was affiliated with if it's not them? You can't make me believe that all the people that's around them too, they just happen to all look alike too. All the birds of a feather flocking together, or they fucking clones. What the hell is going on? Damn, I meant to be at work a long time ago. So yeah, that's happening. I don't know what y'all believe, but I believe it's them. You know. Then what else happened? Gavin Newsom banned Kid Rock from California. I don't know what the ban really entails. I don't know if they say he stepped foot across the state line and he's going to be detained or arrested. I don't know what all the ban for Kid Rock is supposed to do for us in our democracy. Keeps him off of stages in California. I don't know what the ban is supposed to be for. And then somebody else was banned. Oh shoot, I can't think of who it was. Somebody else was just banned. I don't know. In my deaths that I've had, Robert Duvall, he passed away. Oh my God, it's so sad. I don't know what his real name is. I've been calling this man McSteamy since he got on Grey's Anatomy. Gene is his first name, I believe. He passed with complications from ALS. I don't even know what ALS is. I have to research that. So we had those two. I'm not sure if there was anybody else that maybe I've missed that I haven't talked about that passed. Oh, Jesse Jackson, child. What the entire fugazi? Bitch. Jesse Jackson passed, child. I am somebody. I remember that speech from a youth, you know what I'm saying? The Rainbow Coalition, the Push Coalition. Now, the Push Coalition and the Rainbow Coalition had some incentives that I didn't necessarily agree with, but overall, I could rock with them. I'm not a single-minded person, like some of these single-minded voters. I'm not that, so, they took a stance against abortion, which I didn't agree with, but overall, some things that they do for the community and to the community is, that deal. Oh, other bans. That's what German citizens are supposed to be banned from Namibia in Africa. We already got, American citizens were supposed to be banned from the areas that Mali and Burkina Faso, and I think there's one other place. Niger? Might be Niger. Or Niger. I don't know how you pronounce it, because I think it's French. So I think it might be Niger. Anyway, so those bans are already going on as well. Yeah, Reverend Jesse Jackson. It's gone on the glory, child. Gone on the glory. It was something else I was going to mention and bring up. I don't know. Can't think. Oh, the other day at the BAFTA Awards, it's kind of like the Grammys or the Oscars in the UK. Their Sinners movie received an award. I don't know what the award they received. I think it was like Best Original Film. I know Ryan Coogler got Best Original Film, but Sinners the movie itself got something else. And Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo was on stage accepting the award, or was they about to give out one? I don't remember, child. I could be wrong if they was giving out one or if they was being accepted. But anyway, some actor in the audience who has Tourette's screamed out nigger while they were giving their speech. They continued on, they just continued on doing it, but it's now become a big thing. I don't know much about Tourette's except that they just spontaneously scream out random profanities. I don't know why profanities or the language that evolves or that comes out. Why his Tourette's didn't act up or he have an episode the entire event, except for when Darren Orlando and Michael B. Jordan was going there, and then the word niggers is what the choice was. I believe wholeheartedly that someone with Tourette's still has the mental capability to understand what they are saying. They have the ability to still be racist, and they use the disease to help cover their racism. I believe that. But it is a disease. I do not fully understand why it triggers certain words or certain moments that cause him to be triggered. Yeah. But so yeah, for that whole event throughout the night, I want to say the event lasted 3 to 4 hours. He had the one outburst, which was the word nigga, that he decided, well, he didn't decide. Well, I don't know if he decided or not. I feel like he decided. But in that moment, when those two black actors were on stage, that they were called nigger by someone who has Tourette's. And then the media is trying to use the fact that he has Tourette's as the reason as to why he was being a racist bitch. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I feel like there was something else I should have covered. I feel like there was something else I was supposed to cover. I don't know, child. Anyway, I'm at work. Well, just about. As soon as I can get by this car, I could turn the effing corner. But of course, I can't stand when people put 2 car little spaces in between the car in front of you, and I could scoot up and I can get my fucking car to turn the fucking corner. There's literally nobody in the lane I'm trying to get in, but this person in front of me decides that they want to. Yeah. They don't have a rear camera, because I'll be trying to pull up on their bumper and make their camera go off. They don't have a rear camera. Anywho, child, that's where I'm at. I'll let y'all know what's going on with the bear. If they catch it or not. Got to figure out how to get my daughter home to her father's funeral. Like I said, I had 3 loved ones who helping me out to help cover bills. And I don't want to, like, whole fucking bitch. All this goddamn space and opportunity your ass could have moved up. Look at all this right here. That's the space you had that was preventing me from turning the fucking corner. Have a hoe. Let me get off here, child. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.